Depictions of the INFJ personality type in films, cartoons, and reality TV is nothing new. With characters such as Disney's Pocahontas or Harry Potter's Dumbledore, it's always interesting to take a look at just how the INFJ mind and character is portrayed within a storyline. However, when it comes to the exaggerated INFJ cartoon TV character Lisa Simpson, it becomes easier to see this personality type from multiple angles. Welcome back, psychos. Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with number 1. She's constantly mediating. Warm, gentle, and determined, Lisa Simpson serves to be the perfect depiction of the INFJ personality type in cartoon form. Being the middle child of the 3 Simpson siblings, it's fair to say that her mediation skills and abilities are only heightened from that of the average INFJ type. With subtle chaotic energy in every episode, Lisa Simpson always seems to be the only one grounded in her energy, allowing her to add an angle of rationale to every family obstacle. Despite her intellect and moral spirit clashing directly with the opposing personalities of her family dynamic, the Simpson family just wouldn't be the same without Lisa's grounding abilities. In fact, many INFJs can relate to being so misunderstood within their dysfunctional family situation, while simultaneously knowing that their position within their family dynamic is so important. Number 2. Her empathy is apparent in nearly every episode. Empathy is considered a major pillar of the INFJ personality type, and Lisa Simpson's character hits the nail on the head. Despite seeming rather selfish at times, this INFJ character uses her extroverted feeling function to reason with the array of characters she's challenged to interact with through the episodes. By empathizing with not only her family members and all of their dysfunctions, Lisa tries her best to teach others the importance of seeing things from all angles. She isn't quick to judge and often finds herself getting along with the outcasts due to her ability to give people the chance to be open with her. However, with all of that being said, just like the average INFJ, there is a clearly defined limit to this inherent empathy. On multiple occasions, Lisa's frustrations with others' disinterest in helping themselves or taking her advice takes over, and this empathy becomes overridden with feelings of disappointment. Number 3. She's an old soul at heart. When watching any episode of The Simpsons, it's fair to say that most people would think that Lisa Simpson could easily be mistaken for being a young adult. At only 8 years old, her deep understanding of the world makes the true INFJ character seem extremely seasoned for her young age. It's obvious by just hearing her talk that she's wise beyond her years, especially in comparison to the rest of her family members. A notorious INFJ trait, this wisdom doesn't always make things easy. In fact, aside from her innate sense of morality, Lisa's insight and intellect often makes bearing idiocy a never-ending challenge in the town of Springfield. However, combined with her INFJ empathy and extroverted feeling, she's able to give people the benefit of the doubt, despite her ability to see right through their facade. In addition to her old soul wisdom, this INFJ character also tends to steer far from placing significance on materialistic and egotistical, leaning more towards spirituality and mysticism, a telltale sign of the INFJ old soul. Which brings us to our next point. Number 4. She's seen as the down-to-earth hippie of the family. Buddhist, vegetarian, and all-around earth-loving, Lisa Simpson depicts the perfect picture of the good-intentioned INFJ who is constantly reinventing themselves. With an entire episode dedicated to Lisa changing her entire persona to become a legitimate hippie character, this young INFJ knows deep down that she's meant to be part of the bettering of the world. Like most INFJs, Lisa struggles with knowing what her life mission is, and despite the challenging journey, she never gives up trying to figure it out. Rooted from being the old soul she is, Lisa is the ultimate INFJ advocate. A prime example of this advocating character is depicted in Season 24, Episode 6, where Lisa wins a spelling bee, and while on stage yells, "Free Tibet," to show her support for the Free Tibet movement at the time. Environmentalist at heart, Lisa is connected to all things earthly and can sometimes be quite pushy of these views on others. Number 5. She's passionate to the point of seeming like a know-it-all. Speaking of her pushy views, the bookworm of the family, Lisa Simpson is usually portrayed as being one of the smartest kids in the town of Springfield. Not only is she extremely book smart and knowledge thirsty, she's also known for her street smarts and intellect. Her naturally informed demeanor draws others into depending on her for her smarts. However, her fiery passion that fuels her craving for knowledge can sometimes take over. If you're an INFJ yourself, you'd know that this combination of passion and wisdom is easy to relate to. In multiple episodes of The Simpsons, Lisa is known for forcing her opinion on others, but not in an egotistical way, but rather out of sheer care and altruism. At only 8 years old, she can easily be labeled as a teacher's pet through the environment of learning, not to mention her respect for elders. She is portrayed as the student other students at times envy, yet parents and teachers often love. While not all people with the INFJ personality type can relate to this love for school in particular, it's not uncommon for the average INFJ child to get along with adults over their fellow classmates. Number 6. Her continuous search for self-understanding and purpose speaks volumes. As we mentioned before, one of the main reasons Lisa Simpson is seen as the INFJ old soul she is due to her continuous efforts to better understand herself, whether it's trying new hobbies, adopting new beliefs, or taking on entirely new personas. There's nothing this INFJ character loves more than exploring the unfound versions of themselves. She has an obvious and at times pestering need to find her purpose in life, making most experiences seem unsatisfactory. She holds extremely high and sometimes unattainable expectations for herself and often uses her self-criticism to fuel her endeavors. In fact, this focus on self-evolvement can be seen as a fair explanation as to why in most character breakdowns of Lisa, it is said that she comes off as being a little selfish and self-serving. And while this may be true for most INFJs to a certain extent, this focus on self-betterment is often rooted in their hope to use themselves as a vessel to make a change in the world. Number 7. She's not the most popular in school. Despite her talents and social skills, it's quite apparent that Lisa has a hard time finding people she considers to be close friends, something most INFJs can relate to. In fact, The Simpsons episodes allow for a deeper look into why this introverted personality type can be seen as a social chameleon, despite their preference and underlying requirement for sufficient amounts of solitude. Although Lisa gets along with just about everyone and longs to have close relationships and connections, she never seems to get past the acquaintance stage with her classmates, aside from having one close friend, Janie Powell. Friendship doesn't seem to play a big role in Lisa Simpson's life in comparison to her focus on self-development and her determination to find her way, tying us into our last point. Number 8. She's independent to the point of seeming rebellious. With empathy being one key pillar of the INFJ personality type, it's fair to say that independence is in fact a close second. Considered a loner in most social settings, Lisa Simpson is far more interested in solo activities, like playing her saxophone and finding new hobbies to excel in. In fact, although some episodes show her inner struggle with being such an outcast, like most INFJs, it becomes noticeably easier for her to manage once it's embraced. However, with embracing her need for independence, this INFJ character isn't afraid to make her need to walk the path less traveled apparent to others. She doesn't comply for the sake of complying, and instead requires a well-rounded explanation to have her on board. Much like other INFJs, this ability and necessity to think for themselves screams rebellion, when really, it's just another way for them to portray their intelligence. Well, psychos, that's it for today. So, how much can you relate to this INFJ character as an INFJ yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video.